everybody! I wanted to share with you a story called Sulwe. Now this is a beautiful book about colorism. It's about a little girl who feels uncomfortable in her black skin. Now the reason why I wanted to share this book with you is because right now there is a big movement called Black Lives Matter. And this is all about supporting people, black people, who feel that they are being treated differently because of the colour of their skin. Now, this affects many people because people often feel that they are treated differently based on sometimes their gender. So boys and girls feel like they may have different expectations on them and that they are treated differently. People of different ages feel that they are treated differently. People who choose to enter into relationships depending on their choice feel like they are treated differently, and people of different races feel like they are treated differently. Now, in all those situations, whatever gender you are, whatever skin colour you are, whether you have a disability or not a disability, whether you enter into a relationship with a boy or a girl, all of those things aren't something that we choose. We are born the way that we are born, and it is really unfair for the world to discriminate against anyone. So I wanted to share this book with you in support of Black Lives Matter, to open up your minds to the idea of making sure that you are kind with your hearts and your mind, that you use kind words and kind actions, and that you are fair and equal to everyone based on whatever they look like and however they are. So let's look at Sulwe. And throughout this, let's just remember that we are all humans, we are all part of the human race, and we all deserve to be treated fairly. Okay? So, Sulwe. Sulwe was born the colour of midnight. She looked nothing like her family, not even a little, not even at all. Mama was the colour of dawn, Baba the colour of dusk, and Mish, her sister, was the colour of high noon. Hardly anyone at school looked like Sulwe either. People gave her sister Mish pet names like Sunshine and Ray and Beauty. People gave Sulwe names like Blackie and Darky and Night. Sulwe felt hurt every time. She hid away while her sisters made loads of friends. Sulwe dreamed of being the same colour as her sister. She wanted real friends too. So she got the biggest eraser she could find and tried to rub off a layer or two of her darkness. That hurt. She crept into Mama's room and helped herself to her makeup. Oh no, she would hear about this from Mama. Sulwe decided to work from the inside out and ate only the lightest, brightest foods. So imagine how uncomfortable Sulwe must be feeling at this point. She's trying to rub off her skin. She's trying to cover herself up with makeup. She's trying to make herself lighter by only eating white foods. She must feel so unhappy in herself at this point. With a stomach ache, she went to bed early and turned to God for a miracle. Dear Lord, why do I look like midnight when my mother looks like dawn? Please make me as fair as the parents I'm from. I want to be beautiful, not just to pretend. I want to have daylight. I want to have friends. If you hear me, my Lord, and would like to comply, may I wake up as bright as the sun in the sky. Amen. When Mama came home, she woke Sulwe up for school the next morning. Sulwe rose to find not a trace of daylight in her midnight skin. Sulwe told Mama everything. Mama asked, "What's your name?" "Sulwe," she muttered. "And what does it mean?" "Star," she whispered. Brightness is not in your skin, my love. Brightness is just who you are. As for beauty, Mama said, rubbing Sulwe's stomach the way she always did to comfort her. You are beautiful. Sulwe sighed. Well, you're beautiful to me. But you can't rely on what you look like to make you feel beautiful, my sweet. Real beauty comes from your mind and your heart. It begins with how you see yourself, not how others see you. Now up you get and out you go. How could you see her, brightness in her, when she was so dark? How could she have beauty when no one but her mother could see it? How could she be a star? That night a shooting star appeared at Sulwe's window. The night sent me, the star said. Come with me. Sulwe hopped on the star and off they went. Long ago, at the beginning of time, said the star, there was night and day, and they were sisters. They loved each other very much, but people didn't treat the sisters the same. Lovely, nice, pretty, scary, bad, ugly. People gave Day pet names like lovely and nice and pretty. People gave Night names like scary and bad and ugly. She felt hurt every time. Well, Night got fed up and walked right off the earth. Day stayed behind and enjoyed making everybody happy in the sun. But then Day grew too long. Day began to really miss her sister. So did everybody else. There had to be a way to get her back. Day set off to find Night, and she did. I miss you, said Day. I miss you too, said Night, but you don't know what it's like to be treated badly for being dark. You're right, I don't, Day replied, but what I do know is that we need you just the way you are. Come and see. Night returned and the people rejoiced. We need the darkest night to get the deepest rest. We need you so that we can grow and dream and keep our secrets to ourselves. The stars chimed in. Brightness isn't just for daylight. Light comes in all colours, and some light can only be seen in the dark. While day had a golden glow, with night everything had a silver sheen, elegant and fine. Day told her sister, when you are darkest is when you are most beautiful. It's when you are most you. Could it be that night did not need to change, not even a little, not even at all. Now that day and night were back together, a little bit of night returned to day in the form of shadows, and a little bit of day returned to night in the form of moonlight. They were inseparable from that moment on and promised to celebrate the brightness in each other, whether people choose to see it or not. You see, the star explained, we need them both on their sunniest day and their darkest night, and every shade in between. Together they make the world we know, light and dark, strong and beautiful. Sulwe rose the next morning beaming. There would be no hiding any more. She belonged out in the world, dark and beautiful, bright and strong. And if she ever needed a reminder of her brightness, she could look up at the sky on the darkest nights to see for herself. Sulwe felt beautiful inside and out. Now that is a stunning book written by Lupito, and she's an author I highly recommend we look out for because that was gorgeous. Now that's a picture of her there, and she did do some author notes which I'm just going to read to you now because I find them really inspirational. Much like Sulwe, I got teased and taunted about my night-shaded skin. I prayed to God that I would wake up with paler skin. I tried all sorts of things to lighten my complexion. My mother told me often that I was beautiful, but she's my mother. Of course she's supposed to think that. It wasn't until I was much older that my feelings about my skin changed. It helped to see darker-skinned women being celebrated for their beauty. If they were beautiful, I could be too. I began to see myself differently. While both Sulwe and I had to learn to see our beauty, I hope that more and more children begin their lives knowing that they are beautiful, that they can look to the beauty in the world and know that they are a part of it. And yet what is on the outside is only one part of being beautiful. Yes, it is important to feel good about yourself when you look in the mirror. But what is even more important is working on being beautiful inside. That means being beautiful and being kind to yourself and to others. That is the true beauty that shines through, being big-hearted. The journey I went on was very different from Sulwe's nighttime adventure, but the lesson was the same. There is so much beauty in this world and inside you that others may not be awake to. Don't wait for anyone to tell you what beautiful is. Know that you are beautiful because you choose to be. Know that you always were and always can be. Treasure it and let it light the way in everything you do. So again, this book is in tribute of the movement Black Lives Matter and in the movement for equality in our world, that everybody, regardless of what difference they may have, feel like they belong in this world and are truly beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you any different.